Hey there, everybody. How are you? Okay, so I'm doing a live video instead of a Facebook Live. So this morning on the L3 page, I put a note out there to see if any of you could connect and have coffee. And a lot of you wrote me inbox messages and shared with me that you're traveling, that you would love to do coffee, but you're traveling. And then several of you also shared with me some things that are going on in your life. But what happened was when I put that message out, I closed my phone, closed my computer, and I just sat there quietly for a while to see if anything popped in my mind as to what I needed to talk about today. And what popped in my mind almost immediately was a song by Willie Nelson. And it's called On the Road Again. I know a lot of us may love that song. And it was so perfect because then I turned around and I looked at my board behind me. It's filled with a bunch of sticky notes that are prompts for things that I want to include in some of the projects I have coming up. And would you know it, what my eye was drawn to was a lot of the sticky notes that with regard to travel. There were situations or stories that I've been wanting to share that are related to travel or transportation. So I grabbed them, pulled them off my wall, put them in my notes, and so that's what I want to share with you right now. Because a lot of us are traveling, a lot of people are traveling for the holiday. This is the 4th of July holiday. I love the 4th of July because it just reminds us of our freedom. If you live in the United States, we just live in a beautiful country where there is so much freedom, physical freedom. But what I want to talk about today, what was on my heart, is to talk about the freedom in our mind and our way of thinking and our perspective and the direction that we choose. Because what I loved about the song On the Road Again is it said, on the road again, I just can't wait to get on the road again. But that bears the question, which road are we choosing with regard to mindset? So I felt this could be illustrated by one of the sticky notes I grabbed, which is it's the OnStar story that I experienced and I want to share. I'm a little embarrassed to share it, but I'm going to do it anyway because I was planning on doing it in the future, so I'm just going to do it now. I'm coming clean. Okay, so about 3 years ago, my mom and I took my mom, we went to Saginaw to see a comedian called Carrie Pomerelli. Hilarious, look her up, she is so funny. We get there, we get to the church, we have a great time. On the way home, oh, by the way, we took David's car. David's car has OnStar. I don't have OnStar, I use my phone. So we punched in OnStar on the way there, it got us there beautifully. On the way home, makes perfect sense. I typed in the directions to come home. My mom and I are having a blast. We're listening to ABBA. We're just driving and we're just laughing and having a grand old time. All of a sudden I start seeing things that look familiar. I'm like, wasn't that just the church we were at? Wasn't that the Applebee's we just passed? Wasn't that? We're going in circles, but then it's also telling us to go, it's telling us to turn left and it's telling us to turn right. We're going in it's insane. I'm like, my mom is like, you need to quit that OnStar. I'm like, get your money back. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. We were laughing and practically crying all this. I'm like, we're gonna die right here in Saginaw. We are never gonna get home. What's happening? It was losing its mind. So finally, I don't know what, this is like 3 years ago. I don't know. I think I ended up just using common sense and I got myself back on the road again. Once I knew I was on 75, I knew exactly how to get home. The next day, I'm sharing this story with David. And we're driving in the car and I'm like, you need to hear what happened last night with your crazy OnStar. And he's like, I'm telling him the story and he's like, babe, he kept trying to interject. I'm like, no, you need to hear my perspective. There is nothing you're going to say about this OnStar that is going to change. It's crazy. David, I'm telling you, there's no other way to look at it. It was crazy. It had us going in all these different directions. I don't know. It's broken. How much do we pay for that a month? I'm going on and on and on and on, just ranting about OnStar. He's like, babe. I'm like, no, babe, just wait, listen. I'm like, no. Now he's laughing. Like, what are you laughing? He said, baby, did you cancel the old directions? Like, what old directions? It's like the directions that got me where you were going. Did you cancel them? Why would I do that? It's like, because you have to cancel the old directions before you start with the new direction. Otherwise, you're just going to be going in all different directions. Now I was angry because he made sense and I was embarrassed. Now I had to do a whole lot of backtracking. because I only saw my perspective. So that's the message that I wanted to share today. Okay, 4th of July means freedom. We have freedom. We have freedom to choose. We have freedom to choose the perspective that we see. We have freedom to choose. Just can't wait to get on the road again. Which road are we going to choose? So as a coach, what I talk about a lot, and I've had to do this in my own life, is when we have a road that has served us in one way or the other. Maybe it was adversity. Maybe we learned a lot from that road. Maybe it was a great road. Maybe no matter what the road was all about, once in a while we need to cancel out those old directions, especially if they are not serving us anymore and they are continuing to send us down a path that is the wrong direction. Sometimes we need to cancel those directions and stick only with the directions that are going to get us on the path home, or the path toward where we want to go. And again, those old directions that we're following may be adversity, they may be fear, doubt, worry, and maybe they served us because maybe we learned a lot. Maybe we took a road or a trip one time and everything went wrong. And when we get on that road again, we think everything is going to go wrong. That is our expectation. But maybe that is not the case. Maybe that is the wrong perspective. And maybe we need to just cancel that set of directions and look for the new, hopeful directions to get us on the path to where we're going, to a new adventure, a new journey, or maybe it's a familiar journey, but it's just a new set of directions. So those are the two things I wanted to share today, is perspective. Like my perspective was only the way that I saw it. There was no other perspective to see. And that I needed to cancel the old way of thinking, because if I didn't, and it was the case for about 40 minutes, I was living through Einstein's theory of insanity, which is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. Who is doing that in their life? Is it you? Maybe it's not. Maybe it is. I've done it. So that was my inspiration that I wanted to share today. We have freedom not only in the beautiful countries that we live in, but in our mind, in our mindset, in our perspective. We get a choice. We get to choose the road. That's what I wanted to share with you today. I hope that no matter what you're doing, you have a lovely holiday weekend. I know from a lot of the notes that some of you sent, there's a lot of adversity and things going on. If you do need to connect, you need somebody to walk through things with you, you can always reach out to me through this page, through my website, which is marlarutz.com, or my email, marlo@marlarutz.com. I would love to do anything I can to help you walk through whatever situation it is. If it's a different set of directions you're looking for, maybe I can help. And if I can't, maybe I can find the right person or the right path that I can connect you with. As I was thinking about spending that little bit of quiet time alone, I looked down and looked under my desk, and I don't have it in front of me, but I'll put a picture of this. When I opened my eyes, what I saw, there was a penny on the ground. And I loved that, because immediately what flushed through me was I didn't even need to pick up the penny to see what it said. It said, "In God." It says, "In God we trust." So sometimes, and that's the last message I want to leave with. Sometimes, whether you're faith-based or not, consider the concept of just putting your faith in something bigger than who we are, and putting your trust that you're going to have a direction that maybe you didn't see or didn't see coming, that is unlike the directions that don't serve you anymore, and it may serve you really well to put your faith somewhere else and something greater than our own understanding. So I'm wishing you all safe travels, or a healthy, beautiful, peaceful time at home. Just sending you lots of love wherever you are. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.